Hi everyone, welcome to week 4. In week 4 you have 3 assignments. The first assignment due is exam number 2. Exam number 2 opens up tomorrow, Thursday at 12 o'clock and closes at 11:59 p.m. on Thursday as well. So you have about one full day to complete exam 2. It covers chapters 5, 6, 7, and 11, and you have 100 minutes to complete 16 questions. The questions are a mix of fill in the blank and short answer. The next assignment you have is your weekly discussion board post. Just as you have done in previous weeks, you will upload a 30 to 45 second video and respond to 2 of your classmates' posts as well. The last assignment you have due is your second and final speech, which is your persuasive speech. Before we get into the details about the persuasive speech, let's talk about some things that might need to be changed or edited from the informative speech. So the first thing we're going to talk about is video quality. If I wrote a comment on your rubric about your video quality, please try to use a different medium to record on. Also, for anyone that recorded their video through Canvas, please use a different device to record your video instead of recording through Canvas. The video quality in Canvas is sort of bad, and so it would be better to record either through a cell phone, a tablet, a laptop, or an actual video camera. So please do not use Canvas for your persuasive speech to record your speech. The next thing has to do with audience members, right? So you should have 2 audience members for every presentation. A couple things to be mindful of are to zoom in so that really I'm only seeing the tops of the head of audience members, and making sure that they are focusing on you, the speaker, as you're presenting. They shouldn't be on their laptops or their phones or doing something else in the background. They should be actually listening to you give your speech, and you should speak to them because they are your audience members. So instead of speaking to the camera, speak and interact with your 2 audience members. Next thing has to do with outline. You will need to complete an outline again for your persuasive speech. But remember that your outline should be a mirror of your speech. So the things that you put on your outline should be the same things that you actually say in your presentation. Also, remember that the order in which you preview your main points in your introduction should be the same order that you go over them or discuss them in the body. So for example, if I preview in my introduction that I'm going to discuss shirts, pants, and shoes, then as I go through them in the body, they should be in that same order: shirts, pants, and shoes. I should not decide to change the order and first talk about shoes, then pants, then shirts, because that's not the order that I previewed them in the introduction. So make sure that whenever you preview your main points, the order that you preview them in the intro should be the same order that you discuss them in the body of the presentation. Also, you're going to have to probably concise your introduction and conclusion a little bit for this speech. Your persuasive speech is going to only be 3 to 3.5 minutes long. So we need to think about how long your intro and conclusion is. Your introduction should only be about 10 to 15% of your total speaking time. And your conclusion should only be about 5 to 10% of your speaking time. So that means that most of the introductions are going to be around 30 seconds. And your conclusions should be in no more than 30 seconds as well. That only leaves 2 to 2.5 minutes or so on the body or the content of your next speech. So let's talk about this persuasive speech. Your persuasive speech assignment can be found on Canvas along with the outline that you should use and also a picture of our office layout. So the premise behind this assignment is that everyone in the class works for the same company called Com Exclusive, and everyone has the same job, which is a communication specialist. And in our office, we have been given $3,000 to use on improvements or products for our work environment. These products can be things such as office supplies, maybe a small piece of equipment, maybe a piece of software. It could be things to aesthetically make the environment look better, make us more productive, make our work more enjoyable. But you've got to choose a product that actually exists. It can't be a made-up product. It has to be something that actually exists and something that you're going to show to your audience members and on camera for your presentation. So you shouldn't go out and buy anything. You should just think about, what's a product that I use every day, either at my job or in my everyday casual life, that I think might be a good addition to our work environment. In our current work environment, we sit at a desk all day. We answer phones and we create training modules on the computer. So we are pretty sedentary and sit at our desk and do work. So in our office, we all have a desk, a computer, a keyboard, and a telephone. We also have a break room and a small kitchen. In the break room, there are a couple of tables and chairs, a trash can, and in the kitchen, there is a refrigerator and a microwave. So you can choose to pitch a product to the class that's either for the office area where we sit and work, or for the kitchen or the break room. Now again, we only have $3,000 to spend on improvements. So your product cannot cost more than $3,000. So let's say I want to use a mini freezer and get a mini freezer for the kitchen area. I'm going to have to find the name of that brand. I'm going to have to find the model online, and I'm going to have to state that in my presentation. I'm going to have to state what the overall price is. Again, it cannot exceed $3,000. And I'm going to have to decide how many of that product am I going to buy. With my example, with the freezer being $2,500, of course, I can only buy one of those. But let's say I'm going to propose to pitch the product of NFL mugs for everyone's desk. I found them on Amazon for $10 a piece. So I'm going to buy every person, which is 24 of us, a NFL mug to have at their desk. So 24 times 10 equals $240, which is well within our budget. Now, we are not going to get back any money that we don't use. So even if you choose a cheap product, you should not say, oh, well, with the remainder money, you're going to get it back as a bonus. That's not going to happen. The rest of the money would just be then rolled over until the next quarter, when we have the same opportunity to spend money on improvements for the workplace. So you should pitch an actual product, which you will have to show on camera to the class, that's going to help our environment in the office, make it more fun, make us more productive, make our work feel better as we walk into the environment. There's a picture of the office layout and a picture of what the current furniture looks like that's in the break room and the kitchen as well. A couple things that you should be mindful of also with this speech is that you're going to have to incorporate sources. You're going to have to incorporate 2 scholarly sources into this presentation. So this means that you should use either the library's database or Google Scholar, preferably to find these sources. You can use some limited websites found online, but please read carefully the parameters for using sources and finding sources, because if you use a source that's not scholarly or academic, then you will not get credited for having that as a scholarly source in your presentation. So when we talk about sources, one thing to note is that you're probably not going to find a source that correlates to your product. If you do, then it's probably a product review and shouldn't be used. So let's go with the example of the NFL mugs. So I'm not going to find a scholarly source on Google Scholar or on the library database that says why someone should get an NFL mug, but instead I'm going to decide, what does my product do, right? Either what does my product do, what is the benefit of my product, or what will my product help solve as far as like a problem. So I'm not going to find an article right on NFL mugs, but maybe I'll find an article that says that the average person at work is dehydrated, right? And that we are dehydrated because we don't have enough to drink when we're at work. And so therefore, having an NFL mug is going to help us not be dehydrated, because we'll have something that we can put water in every day to keep us hydrated. Right? So you see there's not a direct correlation, but there is a correlation. So you're going to have to make an argument for your product and support your product by using sources that are academic. Okay. And lastly, you're going to use chapter 13, which is on persuasion, to help you build your argument and use the different persuasive tools in your presentation. And you are going to have to create an outline as well. There is an outline template that's on Canvas, and you can also find this outline template in chapter 13. So everyone's going to have the same outline, just with different information. You're going to use Monroe's motivated sequence. And again, this outline should follow the example that is provided for you. And especially this time, you're not going to make many moderations as far as the format, right? I've already given you an example Canvas. You're just going to go in and delete the information that doesn't apply to you because it was from an example speech, and instead type in your information. So just the same video requirements last time as this time again: 3/4 body shot, you need audience members, and environment that's free of distractions. Make sure that you review your video because if I cannot hear you, then I cannot grade you. Okay. So this speech is due to Canvas by 11:59 p.m. next Wednesday, June 6th. If you had an issue uploading to Canvas for your informative presentation, then you can send it to me again through Google Drive. Share it with me. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. And all in all, I look forward to seeing those good grades on the exam number 2. Look forward to hearing all of your video posts for the weekly discussion board and hearing your final speech on a product pitch that you have for our office. All right, have a good week.